What's up, guys? It's TheAireaidLord. Today is April 9th, 2012, and this is a gaming update. For those of you who are new to the channel, a gaming update is basically an informational video series that I've been doing for over a year, pretty much since I started the channel, and it basically is a review of the things that I did prior to this week, and also things that will be coming up on the channel in the future, okay? So that's basically what it is, and I usually do it to keep everybody in the know, all my fans, all of my friends, anybody who's watching the video, basically what's going on the channel, okay? So I have two main things to talk about that are coming up this week, and I also have, I just want to briefly go over what happened last week, okay? So, two things happened last week as well. First was my ongoing playthrough of Saints Row the Third with my friend and fan, the Reaper 9512. We are still doing Saints Row the Third. We're trying to finish it. Our goal is to finish it in April, and it should probably be finished up. I mean, we only have like 6 missions left, so we should be able to finish it. So look for that coming later on at some point in time. And then also, the big thing, PAX East 2012, which I went to on Saturday, April 7th, to the city of Boston, Massachusetts with my father. And we toured around the convention center, got some cool footage. We took footage of exclusive things, and we got to see a lot of cool games. Some of the stuff I couldn't film, but that's okay. A lot of the footage I did get on camera, and the video seemed to have a lot of views, so it looks like everyone's enjoying it. So I'm really glad the PAX East 2012 footage is doing really well. And yeah, I hope it keeps doing well, and I hope people keep enjoying the footage. It seems like it's going really, really well. So I'm definitely going to attend PAX East next year. And in the future, I will talk about, I'll talk about the next convention I'm going to go to, but I don't think I'll reveal it in this gaming update. I think I'll wait maybe till next week, okay? So before I start, I do want to get something out of the way, because this is something I always forget to say whenever I do my gaming update. I want everybody to follow me on Twitter, at TheAireaidLord. Basically, I use Twitter now to update fans on what's going on my channel. I'm going to try to, like, whenever I post a video, I'll basically say, you know, I'm doing a string of videos of Saints Row, I'm doing a string of videos of Call of Duty, or something like that. I'll basically tell people on my Twitter so that you know. So if you have a Twitter account, go ahead and follow me. I used to use Twitter to follow some friends of mine and follow, you know, just other people and stuff, but now I think I'll use it a little bit more now that I have it tied to my YouTube account. So I'm definitely going to start putting my Twitter account in the description of my videos so people know. So go check out at TheAireaidLord, so you'll always know when stuff's coming out on the channel if you want to know, okay? Now, I have two main things to talk about, like I said. The first is a podcast interview, which is going to be taking place this Saturday. And also this Saturday, I have a special live and in-person guest coming. The first live and in-person guest since my Gears of War co-op playthrough with my friend Savon. He came over in September and we did live co-op, split screen. I have another friend coming over who's going to do the same thing with me, but for a different game. So I definitely think that's going to be really cool. So I'm going to talk more about it, but let me get to the podcast first before I start talking about that, alright? So the podcast, what am I talking about? Alright, a lot of people probably don't know what I'm talking about when I say podcast. Basically, as you know, I'm part of the Dark Side Phil Army, Hate Army, I don't really know what you want to call it, but I'm part of the whole Dark Side Phil era thing. I'm kind of part of his whole team, his whole army, his whole promotional stuff. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff with him. And I've gone over this a couple of times, you know, how I met him, how I was a fan of his many years ago, and I'm a good friend of his. Well, recently I heard over on one of his videos that there is actually a group of members on his forum. He runs a forum called the kingofhate.com where people post pictures and, you know, art they want to show him. They post a whole bunch of stuff, and basically on the forums there is a group of people. I don't know if they're higher up or if they're ranked higher than a lot of people on the forums, but they basically are running a podcast. And this podcast is basically a review of all the things that Phil does on his channel, which I have in my channel, the DSP Gaming channel. So they'll review playthroughs, they'll review any of his Let's Plays that he's doing, they'll review, his Street Fighter stuff, they'll review anything that he does. Project 7, they'll review all the stuff on his channel and basically go over it in detail in a weekly podcast that they do over on their YouTube channel, which I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll definitely put it in the description of this video. So, when I heard this on one of his, what I'm talking about is on one of Phil's videos, on his Ask the King video, which, every once in a while I'll try to stay up with my friend Phil's videos. I don't really have time to watch every one of his videos, but the Ask the King videos, he talks about some cool topics, so I try to listen to them. So I was listening to this one, and I heard him mention that there are members who run a podcast over on thekingofhate.com. So I contacted these guys, and I'm like, listen, it would be cool maybe if you have a guest on the show, and I offered maybe if they wanted me on the show as a guest. Because it would really help them if they had somebody from the DSP community who knows a lot about what's going on with the projects, who knows a lot about what's going on, and it would really help them out. I thought I would really be helping out the members of this community who are running this podcast, help them get more viewers, help everyone out basically. I thought that would be really cool, and I pretty much like to stay on top of all the stuff that's within this community that I'm in, because sure, I run my own YouTube channel, but I'm also doing promotional stuff with my friend Phil and his friends, so I try to stay up on that. So this is one of the ways I'm doing it with this interview. So I contacted this guy who runs the podcast. I think his name is P-Dog, and you probably, if you're a fan of mine, you'll recognize him from the fan mail episode 3. Yeah, it was episode 3 on the Xbox 360. He sent me a message, and I answered it, and he's actually a fan of mine. It was pretty funny. When I messaged him about being on his podcast, he actually admitted that he was a fan of mine because he's seen me through Phil's content. So we basically were talking, and he said that he would love me to be the first guest on their show, or their podcast, whatever the fuck you want to call it, this coming Saturday on April 14th, I'm actually going to be the first guest on this podcast. And they're going to interview me, they're going to ask common questions that people have asked before, such as how I started out on YouTube, inspirations, how did I meet Phil, what are my goals, stuff about my novel, stuff like that. Common questions people usually ask when they want to know about me and know about my channel. And also, something else I'm going to link on my channel is a thread over on thekingofhate.com where people are submitting questions to ask me on the day of this interview. So when the interview's going on, basically they're going to pull questions from thekingofhate.com and they're going to ask me these questions. So they're going to be unique questions that aren't going to be asked. So I think this is going to be really cool. And this is the second interview that's actually going to be done for me. The first interview was for the voodoo guy who I got into that big freaking argument with 2 weeks ago, which I'm not going to go into detail about. You can go watch that in my gaming update from 2 weeks ago if you're interested in finding out what the fuck happened with that. But basically that was my first interview. It went really well, but I think this will be even better because it's so connected to the whole Dark Side Phil community, and I think it's rooted in what I like, so I think it's going to go really well. So tune in on Saturday and Sunday. They're probably going to film the podcast via Skype on Saturday, and then on Sunday they're probably going to upload it. So I will put their channel in my feature channel section so you know where to go for that, okay? So that's basically it. Podcast on Saturday. I'm going to be talking to these guys on Saturday, and then either Saturday night they'll upload it or Sunday. So tune in the 15th or 14th of April to watch that interview, because a lot of people seem to like to know a lot of, personal information about me, stuff about my personal life, because I'm very secretive. If you haven't noticed, I am very secretive about stuff in my life. Right now in this video, I'm speaking to a camera, but the camera's not pointed at me. It's pointed at my PlayStation home screen. So I try to mix it up. I don't ever show the camera on my face. I have been revealed on footage. People do know what my face looks like, but it's only been very briefly. It's not like I've shown my face for an extended period of time. I've never actually done that. And I don't think it's really necessary because the footage is not about me. The footage is about video gaming, and I think that's what it should be focused on, okay? So, with that said, now I can go into the other thing I wanted to talk about, which is my guest. My guest, Teddy, That's his name. He's going to be coming over this Saturday, and we're going to be doing some co-op footage. My first live guest since my friend Savon, who did Gears of War 3 co-op with me split screen. So, unfortunately, there aren't many games that offer split screen, so unfortunately what I'm going to have to do, I did go through a list of games that I have, but originally I wanted to do Operation Raccoon City with him. I thought that would be good. I was like, oh, that's perfect. You know, I just stopped doing it with these guys who kicked me out. Why don't I do it with you? Because, you know, you'll be right here and we can do it. But then I come to find out that Capcom didn't include split-screen co-op, because apparently split-screen co-op is dying nowadays, so it was not included with Resident Evil Raccoon City. So, thank you, Capcom. That's really helpful. So now I can't do Raccoon City, a game that I want to do, that I still have to do. I want to do it eventually with Marcus, but he's busy, so I don't really know when the hell that's going to happen. So, unfortunately, we can't do Raccoon City. However, there is something else we can do. Now, I was snooping around the Xbox Marketplace, and I came across the Modern Warfare 3 collection, the first DLC collection for Modern Warfare 3. And this is basically a collection of maps that have come out for Elite members. Elite members, if most people know this, for Call of Duty, they released Call of Duty Elite, where you can track your stats and your online kills and everything. If you're a hardcore Call of Duty fan, you can use Call of Duty Elite to help you get better stats and stuff, and basically track your enemies and track your clans that you're in if you want to be in a clan. Basically, Call of Duty Elite has been releasing map packs, or like individual maps, to the premium members. If you're a premium member, you pay Activision more money, which I think is kind of stupid. But you can sign up for Elite for free, but if you want a premium membership, you get things like free maps that come out, you know, free DLC. So basically, since the game came out, Activision and Infinity Ward have been releasing new maps for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I think they've released either 3 or 4 maps for the game. And in addition, they also have the Special Operatives missions. There are 2 additional missions for the game, which is unheard of. In Modern Warfare 2, they promised that that would be the case, and of course, the fucking company collapsed midway through the game's release, and that never happened. So, the Spec Ops is one of my favorite features of Modern Warfare, so I think it's going to be really, really fun to jump in. There are 2 new missions. One's on a snowmobile, and one's in India or something, from what I looked up. So I'm going to be doing those 2 missions with Ted split screen, and then we're probably just going to pass the controller along, playing the new maps, trying to get accustomed to the new maps. Obviously, I'm not the best Call of Duty player. I'm going to admit that straight out. So the footage might suck. We might be dying 100 times. I don't know how good he is at Call of Duty. I hear he's pretty good. I mean, he's not really into video games like I am. He'll play them every once in a while. You know, he'll play Call of Duty every once in a while, but he's really not into them like I am. But he's still a good friend of mine. I think he's going to enjoy being on footage and stuff. So look forward to that. So Saturday night, I'm going to be playing with him. He's going to come over and we're going to do all the Call of Duty footage. And then we might upload some other footage. You know, I usually play games like Grand Theft Auto 4 or some other game just to screw around and have fun. I don't know if I'll upload it or if I'll take footage of it, but check the channel. That's where you'll find the footage if it happens, okay? So I think that's it. And we're only in 14 minutes. That's pretty good. Let me take a sip of water. Oh my god. Doing these gaming updates kills your throat, by the way. Talking for 13, 20 minutes straight really takes a lot out of you. You don't realize it. And even after doing this for over a year, it's still, you know, not the easiest thing in the world. But yeah, that is the 2 main things that are coming. Saturday, we have the King of Hate interview from the members of the forum who run the podcast. It'll probably be uploaded Sunday. Saturday, also at night, I have my friend Ted coming over, and we're going to play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The first collection, pretty much the first map pack for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. For Black Ops, they had the zombie maps and stuff that came out with it, but let's face it, Modern Warfare DLC is pretty much a waste of freaking time. At least for Black Ops, you know, you are paying a lot. You're paying $15. I'm always going to think that it's going to be a waste of money, but at least with Black Ops, you got the zombie maps, which were really, really freaking fun. I can't wait to play them when the second Black Ops game comes out. But yeah, Modern Warfare 3 with Ted on Saturday. My first live guest since freaking Save On all the way back in September. So I think people are going to really like that. Oh no, wait, actually, oh wait a minute. I did Halo. I did Halo co-op with my little brother. Yes. So my little brother did live co-op with me. Yes. So that was December. That was December that I did live co-op with him in person. So, okay, so it wasn't that far back. Save On was in September that we did Gears of War 4, and then my little brother was in December that we did Halo. The Halo 1 Anniversary HD collection thingy-majiggy that we did. So, okay, that's it. I think that's pretty good that I got my entire gaming update done in approximately 16 minutes. Usually these gaming updates run like freaking 25 minutes long because I usually ramble on about random shit. So look forward to that. Those are the two main things. The King of Hate interview, which is going to be uploading on Sunday. And again, head into the description. You can check out their channel where they've taken previous podcasts, and you can watch some of the podcasts to get a gist of what you're going to be seeing on Sunday when they upload it. And also, you can check out the thread on thekingofhate.com where you can submit your questions to me. So when they do the interview, they're going to ask these questions. So if you have any questions that you didn't get to ask in one of my fan mail series, definitely ask them on this thread. It's funny, I think there are like 4 or 5 questions already uploaded, so I think that's really freaking cool. So, okay, I'm the TheAireaidLord. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for sticking through, and I will see you guys later.